Hello, everybody. Hold on a second. Hello, everybody. I hear a background sound. Hold on a second here, everybody. Nope, it's still going. Okay, so what I do? Is it gonna work? Okay, everybody. I had an idea, but it did not work. Thank you very, 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 very much for tuning into a special Sunday edition of either the Silly Saturday Show or the Tracy Show, whichever one you want to call it. I'm Tracy. Um, we're going to have some fun tonight. I'm going to talk about some serious topics, and then I was going to share videos, and I still may. I'm just not sure if I can get that buzzing sound out of my ear, but I'm going to try to share some clips because there's some funny things I want to talk about. So, first of all, let me get all these bills paid because it's not my Saturday show. So, I can definitely tell you to subscribe to this channel. Subscribe. It costs you nothing. I am so close to 300. It's like right there. I just need you to hit that subscribe button. Like this video, comment on it. Again, subscribe, share it. Share. Um, I have some announcements at the end. I hope it's not too many, but we'll just get to those when we get them. Of course, you can support me on Patreon. Support starts at $2 a month, goes all the way up to $35. I'm going to talk about that today too, because I have another special announcement. I have a whole bunch of announcements today. And here's one you haven't seen in a while. Subscribe to my Rumble channel. I am seriously thinking about moving one of my shows exclusively on Rumble. And there's a reason behind that. I know some people say, oh, it's a conservative platform, but they have shows with leftists on them. So hit the like button, I think, on theirs. But just follow me on Rumble. I'm going to leave that up a bit. So as you can see on the title, we're going to talk about Down Goes Trump. I'll talk about why anybody thinks that he's going to go to jail is just a joke. Um, Also going to talk about Project 2025, and maybe it's just me. I'm just not scared. Maybe that's my constitution, and I just don't. I don't understand the fear behind this. I'll talk about that. I'm going to talk about my coverage of the RNC convention that's in July. Of course, I'm going to talk about the debates, which will be coming up, I believe, in July. I believe it's in July, and how that whole thing is just like why people should be really upset that there's only going to be two candidates in the debates. So, everybody, if you're watching, please check in. I see I have at least one viewer, so I would love to have two. Um, Again, comment please so I know that you're watching. Come in and say hello, and I'll say hello back. Um, I want to talk about um, the Trump conviction. I can't speak today. The Trump convention. Trump was found guilty on 34 felony counts in New York. I'm going to get it right. Um, he could get anywhere, and I have my other computer here, so I'm going to kind of look over there. So don't mind me, but I want to make sure that I get this exactly right. Um, let's see. He was found guilty on all 34 counts. Um, so I'm trying to find out how many years Can Trump get in get in prison, which he's not gonna go to prison. Um so here's what Google is saying. According to CBS News, it says the minimum sentence for falsifying business records in the first degree is 0. So Trump could receive probation or conditional discharge, a sentence or no jail up to 4 years for each offense. Trump would likely be ordered to serve prison time concurrently in each count. So if you take 34 times 4, we're talking about 4 times 4 is 16. Carry the 1, 86 years? 80, that can't be right. 35, wait a minute. That can't be right. Wait a minute. So 4 times 4, yeah, you can tell I'm old school math. 34 times 4, 4 times 4 is 16. So you put the 6, carry the 1. 4 times 3 is 12. So that'd be 100. Yeah, I knew my math is not off. Let me get my calculator. See, this is bad. I'm trying to do this in my head, and I'm like, it ain't coming out right. So if he could get up to 34 count, he has 34 convictions, 4 years, 136. He could face 136 years in prison. He's not going. He's not going. I don't know why people on, I'm not going to call the Democratic Party the left because they are not, why they're cheering like this is going to be some game changer. It is not. The chances of him getting any time is, let's put it like this. I would be very surprised if he got prison time. I mean, I would be literally shocked. I don't think it's going to happen. I don't think that he's going to go to prison so all the D.L. Hughley, Roland Martins can stop high-fiving each other. It's not going to happen. Stop wishing for it. This is like the least of the charges. The case where they had the best shot of convicting them is not even going to happen until 2025. So anybody that had hopes of Trump going to prison now, don't hang your head on that because it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen, right? It's not. It's like you're wanting anything, and I get you don't like Trump. Hey, I'm not a fan of his either, but you have to be what's the word I'm looking for? You have to be aware that you're misplaying your cards, right? So you think that people are just going to automatically be convinced that Trump is terrible and we can't elect him because he's going to prison. No, what you're doing is you're actually making this political. And the people that say this is not political, y'all can miss me. Miss me with the, it's not political. Of course it's political. You're talking about a former president. It's going to be political based off of the office that he held. Um, I'm just not, I'm trying to figure out where that window came from. Oh, the back. I'm like, wait a minute, where's that window at? Um, you're making him a martyr. I mean, literally the day that he got convicted, he raised $35 million in one day. So you're doing the opposite of what you think that you're doing. Like, right, you think, oh, that you're just out here and you're just going to, like everybody will just wake up and be like, oh, I can't vote for him now. He's going to prison. No, you've done the exact opposite. There are people literally on like Facebook, because I don't go to Twitter and I refuse to call it X. Um, that are saying they're more likely now to vote for Trump than before. So you're actually doing the opposite of what you think that you were trying to accomplish. And here's the thing. So that case is not even, I mean, it's basically a misdemeanor. I don't know how it got elevated to felony charges. Don't know how, don't understand how, literally don't get it, but it is. Um, this looks political. This looks like they're attacking Trump. Now, am I sitting here saying, oh, Trump is innocent? He didn't do anything. No, that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is timing is everything, right? Timing, and I'm saying I'm talking about, you know, the irrational vote blue, no matter whose, doesn't matter. Joe Biden could bomb up 15 15 countries, and they would still be like, yeah, it's a good thing. I'm talking to specifically those people. Um, you sit here and you think, well, let me backtrack. So Trump stopped being president in 2021. So you wait 2 years, Mayor Garland, to investigate. When you could have did this in an off year, had your convictions, because there's literally one case where he says on tape, hey, find me da 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 votes. I just need da 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 votes plus one to win. There's literally evidence that he stored documents illegally and kept them and wouldn't give them back. But no, what do? You wait. And you say, oh, well, we had to investigate and we had to. He took the documents. He was asked for those documents maybe, well, more than 2 times, more than 3 times. He was asked for those documents at least 3 times. Why wasn't he arrested after the first time he didn't turn them over? You literally could have put him in prison the first time he did not turn them over. But no, what did you do? You just waited and dragged your feet out, and then you got mad. Once he announced he was running for president, it's like, oh, we can't have this. Instead of investigating him when you should have. And now it just looks like you're making him a martyr. And he's not. But that's what you're making him. You're making people more likely to vote for him. I know somebody vote blue no matter who. It's going to get all mad. Going to get butthurt. Blah, 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 blah. It just amazes me how, I see these posts and I'm like, oh, we got him now. No, you don't. This is going to do opposite of what you said it was going to do. Opposite. Opposite. I'm not going to try to spell it because I always forget. Is it OPPOSITE, which is what I think it is. But you're not doing what you should be doing is, I don't know, making a case. Talking about what you'll do in 2025, but nope, you can't do that. You and your crew you hate Trump so much that you refuse to see the evil that Biden is doing. You're okay with voting for a president that keeps amping up funding for Israel to kill Palestinians. You're fine with that. But if Trump were doing the same thing, and I mean exactly the same thing, you'd be out in the streets. It's okay when your guy does it, but when the other guy does it, you have a problem. Make it make sense. It doesn't. It doesn't make sense. Your logic makes no sense. And I'm going to say this unequivocally and unapologetically. If you vote for Joe Biden, you're supporting genocide. Convince me otherwise. How do you look at a record of someone that said he didn't go around Congress once, he didn't go around Congress twice, he didn't go around Congress 3 times. He went around Congress at least 4 times to give Israel more money. He said that if Israel went into Rafah, they wouldn't give them 2,000-pound bombs. No, he didn't give them bombs, but he gave them more money, and they were in Rafah. So if you want to vote for Joe Biden and support the killing of innocent Palestinians, hey, that's up to you. That's clearly up to you. I'm choosing not to. You all know I do a show every Saturday called Congratulations to Cornel West, 2047 President of the United States. I don't got time for this foolishness. You're literally supporting someone that is guilty of genocide, and you expect me to be okay with it. You're talking about when I say I vote for third parties, I'm bringing foolishness. No, you're bringing foolishness when you expect me to go on the polls and go to the voting booth and say, you know what? Sure, 35,000 people are dead. It should be more. I mean, what kind of, it doesn't even make sense. And again, I'm going to say it again because I don't want anybody to get my words mixed up. If you vote for Joe Biden, Donald Trump, or RFK Jr., you support genocide. There's no other way I can say it where I can say it. You're okay with it. You're okay with starving children. You're okay with dropping bombs. You're okay with it. Especially the Democrats. Because I know if Donald Trump was doing the exact same thing in terms of funding Israel and funding Ukraine, you'd be out in the streets. But again, because your guy does it, you're okay with that. It the hypocrisy needs to stop. That's the one thing that I wish. I wish that the hypocrisy would just stop. Because a whole lot of y'all is some hypocrites. I don't get it. You're sitting here telling me Joe Biden is a great guy. Really? Great guys don't say, hey, if you go into Rafah, I'm not going to fund these wars. I'm not going to give you 2,000-pound bombs. They go into Rafah, and then you give them more money to buy bombs. I'm not getting it. And maybe because I'm so anti-duopoly, which means I don't support either Democrats or Republicans, maybe that's why I don't get it. Because there is no circumstance, none, where I would vote for Joe Biden or Donald Trump or RFK. There's no circumstance. There's nothing they can do. I don't care if Biden passed Medicare for all, reparations for descendants of African slaves, a Green New Deal, universal basic income, and guaranteed housing for every American. And within the next couple of months, I still not going to vote for them. Genocide is my basic reason, but I don't care. There's nothing that the three of them can do that's going to make me want to vote for them. I'm not going to sit here and have that on my conscience. And that's what I don't understand when people say, well, you got to vote for Biden because of Trump. Why? What thing has he done? And please don't say infrastructure. Not infrastructure. Oh my gosh. Or insulin. Or build back better. No. There's no circumstance. I can't think of any circumstance where I'm going to go to the polls and vote for any of those three. I definitely never would vote for Trump and RFK. I just telling you, his numbers are going to start going down because there's just no circumstance. You're talking about candidates, and the three of them and Trump can say, we should. Trump basically says what the last person that talked to him said. Like, if you're the last person that talked to him, he's going to say that. He's not consistent on any issues because he doesn't care. When he said we sell weapons to other countries, he really was not lying. He said the quiet part out loud, and we all got mad. We know we've been selling weapons to other countries. And again, I'm not saying that I want Trump in, but if you keep on this whole we got him and this convention is going to change everybody's mind, it's not. It's not going to change people's mind. It will not. It cannot. People are not that stupid. Now, you can sit here and say it's not political, which it is. You can say, oh, well, he's got all of these charges. Well, now he's been found guilty of 34 counts in the New York case. But you had so many chances to just get this could have been over and done with. This whole thing could have been over and done with. He'd have been in prison, couldn't run for president, but no. You said we need more evidence. I don't know how much more evidence you need. Man, literally on tape, talking about if you don't, all we need is 81,795, whatever it was, plus one on tape. You had a whole guy write a book about the plans. And you're telling me you couldn't do anything? I'm not an attorney, but even I could try that case and win. I mean, when you lose, Democrats, because you will lose, and I'm going to make sure certain that you do lose, you brought this on yourself. I don't hear anything about Jill Stein or Dr. West or Claudia de la Cruz. It's Joe Biden's fault that I'm not voting for Joe Biden. It's Donald Trump's fault that I'm not voting for Donald Trump. It's RFK's fault that I'm not voting for RFK. It's their fault. I'm not going to sit here and say, well, they're less evil. Biden is less evil. Well, I'm glad that you said he was evil. Okay, I'm glad we can at least agree on that. How about voting for the greater good? How about voting for a good candidate, a decent candidate, a moral candidate? Nope, can't do that because that's dangerous. You know what's dangerous is an electorate that won't wake up, that keeps electing the same thing. They tried Democrats, that didn't work. So then they replace them with Republican. That doesn't work. And it's back and forth and back and forth and back and forth, and nothing changes. We're getting poor. Grocery prices are sky high. Mortgage high. Interest rates high. Me voting for Joe Biden isn't going to change that. As a matter of fact, someone that he appointed, and they're supposed to be independent, that he appointed said, yeah, we need unemployment to be high. You said this? Like out loud? Like, do you want people to have jobs or not? It's a sad thing. It's a sad thing that the electorate keeps putting these nitwitted people back in office. Stop it. I know you don't want Trump or Biden. I don't want Trump or Biden, but I'm willing to go out there and say, you know what? Dr. Cornel West is who I want. That's who I want. I want somebody that's unbossed, can't be bought, that really wants peace. If I'm a peace activist, then I'm going to be about a candidate for peace. And I don't see Biden talking about peace in anything that he says. Trump, I don't even think he knows the definition of the word peace. And RFK is just all over the place. He wants to stop the war in Ukraine, but wants to fund Israel more. Dude, you got to be on one team or the other. And it's just, I wish more people would watch this video and think about what it is I'm saying. You don't want any of the three. You literally don't. You're complaining on Facebook about the condition of the economy and how you're struggling. But you're willing to vote for one of those three who's going to just contribute to your downfall. I'm not okay with voting for somebody I know does not have my best interest. I'm not. I'm not going to do it. It's just not going to happen. So I say the same thing all three. Y'all better take that L because I'm going to do everything in my power to make sure all three of you get it. That's where I'm at. So to close that topic out and to move to the next one, y'all got to stop thinking like every week we got him, we got him. No, you don't. You don't. You don't. You don't. You don't. Next thing I want to talk about, Project 2025. This scare tactic, y'all getting on my nerves. And I'm saying y'all because this is mostly the Democratic Party. So for those who don't know what Project 2025 is, I'm going to look on my other computer because I was going to share videos and now I can't. 2025. Project 25, also known as the Presidential Transition Project, is a collection of policy proposals to thoroughly reshape the U.S. federal government in the event of a Republican victory in 2024 presidential election. Their budget is $22 million. The director is Paul Dans. The main organ, do they mean organism? Organization? Because they said organ. Okay, so if you go to their site, you see a lot of outlandish things. But then you start realizing this is what the Republican Party has been saying ever since Reagan. They talk about things like restricting access to abortion, restricting voters' rights, making sure that Trump is going to be the nominee. If Trump gets in, he never has to get out. Like Congress is just going to sit there and be like, yep, you can stay in as long as you want. He would have to have like a super majority in both the House and the Senate. The way our Constitution is set up, yeah, you know the Constitution, that thing that y'all Project 2025 people, y'all all scared of it, but y'all don't act. See, because I was going to go there. But no, I'm going to hold it in. Lord help me hold it in. Because they out here scared of that, but ain't scared when you come back. When you read it, like I said, this is what the Republican Party has been saying since Reagan. Like I said, they want to restrict women's access to women's health care. They want to restrict voters' rights. They want to have Trump stay in and never ever leave. Like, there's no such thing as Congress. Like, we're just going to just sit here and just be like, yep, we got a dictator. That's the way it's going to work. I don't know what else we going to do. Because Trump, he got to stay in. What? If you can't understand that this is a scare tactic, I feel sorry for you. This is what the MSDNC, CNN, DNC do. They want you scared. If they keep you scared, you're going to keep voting for people like Joe Biden. It's prove me wrong. Go read the Project 2025. Matter of fact, I'm not going to put the site in the chat, but I'm going to say what their site is. It's project2025.org. I've heard all of this stuff before. I've heard literally get rid of PBS. They've been saying that since I was a kid. Like, they've literally wanted to get rid of PBS since I was a kid. I'm trying to find a good example of this so I can read you all this. Blah, 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 blah. But they got a lot of people on the advisory board. I'll tell you that. They do got a lot of... Okay, I'm trying to go here. No, we're gonna just go. They have pillars. They have policies. What? Okay. Okay, now here's... And tell me if you've heard this. This book, this is under their policy agenda. This book is an invitation for you, the reader, Mr., Mrs. Smith, and Miss Smith, to come to Washington or support those who can. Our goal is to assemble an army of aligned, vetted, trained, and prepared conservatives to go to work on day one to deconstruct the administrative state. Tell me they haven't been saying that since Reagan. They've literally been saying that since Reagan. Y'all sitting here acting like, oh, if he gets in office, he'll never leave. Excuse you. It don't work like that. See, we have this thing called Congress. Like I said, he would have to win a super majority to even halfway pull that off. There's 435 Congress people, and there's 100 senators. So he would have to have at least like 380, 390 of Congress and 70, maybe 80 of senators to even pull that off. Are y'all crazy? Like, y'all sitting here scared, like, well, we may not be able to post on Facebook anymore. Shut up! Shut up! Yes, I'm telling you to shut up. I just feel bad for you because you are getting scared of literally stuff that they've been talking about since I was a child. And if you look at me, you can tell I'm not a child. You know, this stuff literally, they've been talking about these kind of things since I was a kid. And I keep saying it, but they've been saying these things because, like, literally since I was a child. I keep saying that because I want people to understand. If you go read the report, you know, and you'll get those, it's dangerous. They just wrote it down in a book. They just got all their thoughts and collected them and said, this is what we want to do. But you don't have no counter plan. You sitting here telling me, Democrats, that you have no counter plan for Project 2025. You don't have anything you're going to do. You don't have anything, you're not going to fight. You're just going to sit there and let it happen. But you want me to vote for you. Project 2025 is a danger to democracy, but you doing nothing isn't. If somebody tells you they're going to kick you or they're going to fight you, you either plan on running or plan on fighting. So you have to figure out how inept and how stupid the Democrats are to sit and say, hey, they got these plans and they want to tear down the administrative state. Have you told people why not that I believe in the administrative state. I think that's a bunch of malarkey. But you're just going to sit there and let it happen. All of these things, I guarantee. I'm not saying it couldn't happen. Don't get me wrong. But you have an opposition. You're supposed to be, Democrats, the opposition to this garbage. So instead of having your own plan, which I have yet to see any type of plan, you just talk about how bad this plan is. I don't know, maybe come up with something. I'm just not scared. It doesn't. God sits on the throne. Yeah, I said God. Yeah, I know. How dare I? I'm not scared. Why would I be scared of something that's not going to happen? As long as there's opposition, nothing like this is going to happen. Like I said, they would have to have like huge majorities. And I'm talking about huge majorities. Or are they just complicit? Look at, and this doesn't have to do with Project 2025, but it's a good example. Look at how we keep hearing that we need to really secure the voting rights of African Americans and how the Republicans have tried to take it away. That means that you were sitting there watching them try to do it and didn't do a thing about it. This plan, in my opinion, means that the opposition is just complicit. Now, if you want to say that you're complicit, and you won't fight, that's cool. But stop using this to scare me into voting for someone I don't want. Come up with a policy, a real one, like end the occupation, permanent ceasefire, those type of things, instead of, well, I got to quote Nicole Wallace. If Trump gets elected, I won't be there. I won't be on TV anymore. I mean, I'm gonna just say it. Is that really a bad thing? I mean, her show's kind of terrible. I mean, oh, I love this one. You won't be able to post on YouTube. Really? You know how many anti-Trump videos there are now, or how many there were when he was actually president? Do you know how many people, how many networks made billions off of Trump when he was president? So if you're going to sit here and scare me with Project 20, you're going to do a whole lot better than what y'all doing. It's just a scare tactic. Y'all need to stop. Stop it. It's a scare tactic. Stop being scared. These people are literally writing down things that they've literally, I can go here and talk about, they've been talking about this since I was a kid, this, and this. They've always tried to restrict women's right to health care. They've always tried to restrict African Americans in voting. They just wrote it in a book. And now you're all scared. Like, you just gonna watch it? You just gonna sit there and let it happen and not do anything? I mean, if I were the opposition party, Democrats, I would probably come up with Hope 2025. I'm giving you free stuff because y'all look real stupid. Your reaction to Project 2025 is the stupidest thing I've ever seen. You can't come up with nothing? You can't come up with nothing. You just sit there and just let them do whatever they want. No. Okay, so we got some comments here. See some people finally watching. Is that a tear of laughter? Oh, that's my sister, by the way, everybody. Hi, Parker. Hello, 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 hello. It just amazes me how, and they know what they're doing. Like I said, this is just a fear tactic. This is, well, if we elect Trump, this is gonna happen. Now, am I saying it's going to happen? Well, not gonna happen. I'm 99.99% certain that it won't. Because again, it would mean that the Democratic Party is just, they're just a bunch of feckless, backboneless people that I thought they were. You can't put this out. Don't put out anything. Don't put out any kind of Hope 2025 plan. Don't do that. Don't do that. Just complain that it'll be rogue press. Like we got freedom of press now. We have Julian Assange sitting in an England prison because of a lack of freedom of the press. We don't have free press. The idea is good, but we don't have free press. We have a media that is controlled by Blackwater and other corporations. That's who the media is controlled by. And this whole thing about YouTube will just go away. Independent media. We don't need YouTube. No offense, YouTube. We don't need YouTube. There's other avenues where we can share our content. There's the old school way of underground newspapers. Remember those? I was on the staff at an underground newspaper. Matter of fact, when I was in junior high, I don't think people that are scared of this, who've read it, they've never considered, like, have a response, say, hey, this is wrong, but if you do this, this is what we're gonna do. Just no, we're gonna just scare you. That's their response. We're gonna scare you, make you vote for somebody that's for genocide, make you sit here and say, yep, we gotta vote for them. And what changes? What changes if Joe Biden is president again? Um, it's not. And keep in mind this. Let's just say the Republicans control the Senate. You still have to have 60 votes to pass. Unless they get 60 Republican senators, which I do not think they will, the whole thing is a wrap. Let's see what Parker says. I think the Senate is going to determine a lot this year. It's all gonna come down to John Tester, Democrat in Montana, who I think is gonna lose, and Sherrod Brown, who I also think is gonna lose. The Democrats have to keep both seats in order to have 50. Yeah, they're not. They're not gonna have 50. They may have like 48, maybe 49, but they will not get 50. And I could be wrong. Heck, I said that Trump was gonna win. I was wrong. But this whole thing, y'all got to stop. I mean, just stop. I'm shutting this other computer down because I can't share videos like I wanted to. So I'm gonna have to figure that out. But that's just is oh my gosh. If I'm gonna be scared or something, if I'm gonna be scared of anything, it's the second coming of Christ. If I'm gonna just be scared of anything, but this Project 2025, I have no I have no, and I moved my computer because I was I'm putting my thing back in the other computer because I can't use it. But Parker's got a question I'm going to get to because I'm going to answer it with a one-word answer. Oh, shoot. Come on, y'all. Put that in there. Okay. Do you think Trump would be petty enough to run in 2028 if he lost? Yes. Should he be in prison in 2028? Yes. Will he be in prison in 2028? Nope. Is he petty enough to run again? Yes. And you didn't ask this question. If Biden loses, I think he runs again. Sure, he'll be 80. Oh, no, he won't. He would be 86. No way. There's no way. No. There's no way Biden would do it. Kamala, or is it Kamala? Kamala Harris would do it because she's like in her mid 50s, so she could do it. But no, Joe Biden would be 86. Ain't no way. No way. But heck, I didn't think he was going to be the nominee this time. See, that I'd be wrong about a lot of stuff. I did not think that Biden was, I actually believed him when he said he only wanted to be a one-term president. Why did I believe that? I don't know why. But I just can't, y'all. I cannot understand why we let the media scare us. We have the power. We don't have the money. We do not have the money. But we got the power. And if this is what they're consorting to do, they were dumb enough to write it down and publish it to let us know. Hello, they're telling you what they're going to do. You can respond to it instead of scaring people. You can respond to it. You can call it Hope 2025, but no, you want to scare people. You have no platform. So you're going to use things like, oh, Trump is the boogeyman and he's Hitler. Trump is a lot of things. Trump is a lot of things. Hitler ain't one of them. I know. And he ain't the Antichrist either. But that's a whole lot. That's a deep dive that y'all not ready to take because I know a lot of y'all think it is, but he don't meet the qualification. Just read your Bible. That's all I'm gonna say. He don't meet all of them qualifications. Um, Bernie is running for the Senate again this year, and he's 82, but turns 83 in 3 months. I cannot doubt that he will make it through a 6-year term because he'll be 89 at the very end. I forgot that sellout Bernie is running for Senate again, but he won't run for president again. Nope, he sure won't. Um, I just don't understand y'all. Y'all got to be smart. I know y'all smart. Y'all watching this show. You gotta be somewhat smart. You watching me talk. Haha, yep, I did it. But we need to abandon the two-party system. It is not working. It is not working. So I did not expect to talk that long about the two subjects that I talked about. So I'm going to turn this into some fun. So I'm looking at my phone because I want to see something here. Let's see. I'm trying to find something, y'all. Nelson, how are you doing? I'm so used to you on Saturday that I'm not used to seeing you on Sunday. They asked Joe Biden if by chance the Senate and Congress passed a bill to give universal health care to people, what would he do? He answered he would veto it. Thank you. Could you, Nelson, cut and paste what you just said? The man literally said, if Medicare for all gets to my desk, I'm going to veto it. Are you out of your mind? Are you out of your mind? I'm going to go vote for that. You out your mind. You out your mind. He better take that L. That's what he better do. He better take that L because I'm going to make sure he get it. He's no better than Trump. As a matter of fact, I've said this once. I'll say it again. I'll keep saying it. If it wasn't for the debate where I know they're going to be showing up together, I promise they're the same person. I don't see any differential in policy. I know that Joe Biden showed up for 15 minutes at that UAW signing and then got booed and then went to $100,000 plate fundraiser. Yeah, didn't want to know that. He said it took him longer to fly into, I think it was Michigan, than to make that speech and then went to a fundraiser. And then UAW turned around and supported him, which I don't even. UAW leadership supported him because the union members. The man literally said, "Hey, my guys don't support you." So, but he's the most pro-union president ever. But I guess that would make him better than Obama in your eyes. But hey, I'm just here. I keep mine petty. Yup, sure do. I'm the president of Pettyville. President, chief executive officer. I'm here for the pettiness. And I gotta take my long acting insulin. Oh my goodness, I did not do that. I'm trying to find something, y'all. I'm trying to find my channel because I want to tell you all what's coming up. I want to tell you all what's coming up because there's some things that I want to make sure that I make you all aware of. Okay, so we're going to turn this down. Okay, so here are all my 15,000 announcements. So I will be covering the RNC convention And if you look under my page, and by the way, if you're not subscribed, please subscribe because the only way you'll see it is to subscribe. It's called It's Time to Laugh. The RNC convention, which will be July the 15th, July the 16th, July the 17th. All of those days, oh, and July the 18th. I will be covering all 4 days, but here is the twist. Because I do another show on Saturdays called Congratulations to the 47th President of the United States, Dr. Cornel West, I will be saying how me, personally thinks that the West campaign will respond to this. I am not Dr. West, but I'm just going to go by what's on the site. You'll see it when you see it. So that's coming up. I am seeking a guest or guest over the next few weeks to talk about a general strike, which is what I really think we need. We need a general strike in this country. I haven't decided whether I'm going to cover this or not because by the time he gets sentenced, I'll be off of work. So I could come in and do July the 11th is on July the 11th is on a Thursday. So I may do like a special show on it, but it won't be long because that's like a weekday. But I'm doing 4 days of the RNC, then to do the 11th, and then turn around on the 15th. It's like, But I will probably do it just to see, but he's still not doing jail time. Like I said, Biden has more of a chance of getting an arrest warrant by the ICJ or ICC than Trump has of going to jail. I just don't think it's going to happen. But keep in mind, again, I am covering the Republican National Convention. Subtitle is Time to Laugh because I'm certain I'm going to have laughs. I know I'm going to cover the DNC. I'm still trying to make it there to protest. So it just depends on whether I can find like a hotel, and all those things. So I'm kind of, who in Chicago I can kind of room with for a couple of days. But I want to go there because it's in Chicago, and Chicago's like a 3-hour drive. And I do want, I will not cover this mess. I'm gonna tell you right now, I will not cover Benjamin. I'm guilty of genocide, Netanyahu, when he addresses Congress. The fact that they're sitting here inviting this fool no, because I'm just gonna get upset. I won't be. No, I'm not gonna cover that. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I'm doing the same thing for the DNC, although again, my goal for that one is to actually be there for the protest and then interview protesters. I'm not going all the way to Wisconsin. Just not going to happen, but I think I can do Chicago. I just got to find like a place to stay. If I can find a place to stay for like, I think it's the same amount of time, 4 days, then we'll be just fine. I do want to make this announcement. So, Labor Day weekend, I know it's a long way away. I know it's down the road, but if I've ever emailed you from any of my email accounts, you are going to get a special email from me about a fundraiser this channel is doing. I do not, you guys know I don't like asking for help. I do not like asking for help. However, the cost of this podcast, even though it's like generic looking, I still have assessments that I have to satisfy each month. So I will be doing one of two fundraisers, one of three. Either a 4-hour telethon or an 80s trivia night or a murder mystery party. I have not made up my mind which of the three. I'm probably leaning more towards the latter, like the last one that I stated. But I will be doing some type of fundraiser. Everybody will get information about it. I'm going to post it everywhere on my um, page. I will not talk about it on the Saturday show. Congratulations to Cornel West, 47th President of the United States. That's the only time I don't talk about my own platform. Again, it's going to cost about maybe 475 to 525 for a whole year of programming to keep my Zoom room, which I use to keep the StreamYard channel operating, to keep the website operating. So, matter of fact, it's probably going to be five, maybe $600 that my goal will be. But as I do more and more shows and get back on the Tuesday, Thursday schedule, which is one of my immediate goals, um, that is what I do. So keep in mind that eventually, probably sometime at the beginning, at the end of July, you will be getting an email from me. I'm going to tell you right now, you're going to get, if I've ever emailed you, you're going to get an email from me. Um, I think again, I want to thank everybody for watching tonight because I literally thought I was going to be in here by myself. Um, and I want to thank everybody for their support, especially my Saturday show. Oh my goodness. I can't even imagine. When I set out to do that show, I thought, oh, nobody's going to watch it. And people keep watching it. And when I say my Saturday show, I'm talking about, of course, again, congratulations to Cornel West, 47th President of the United States. Or to, y'all know what show I'm talking about. But um, I'm just grateful, but I know what I have to do to keep this show going, or this channel going, this movement going. Like I said, I'm going to concentrate in the next couple weeks talking about a general strike. Still trying to get that all together. Still trying to get that worked out. It may not work out this year, but I'm hoping so. But I'll continue. I definitely am going to continue my Saturday show. I'm definitely going to do that. I'm definitely going to be covering the RNC convention. Get ready to laugh. I'll be live. I believe I go live at 7:30 each of those 4 nights, and we'll probably stay on the app because I'm not watching the whole thing. Tell you now, I'm just going to pick some highlights and then go from there. So we're going to look at these comments, and we're going to take it from there. The judge is going to be leaning. Oh, Nelson says the judge is going to be leaning with Trump because of this being his first offense, but probably make him pay a fine. Then, of course, Trump will appeal it. That's exactly what I think happens. If Trump is sentenced to any jail time, I will literally come on here and be like, yeah, I was wrong. I can't see it happening. I don't see under any circumstance where Trump gets sentenced to jail time. There are legit going to be like 1 million people in Chicago for the DNC convention. If you do, good luck, because trying to navigate through this sounds chaotic. Yeah, I know, Parker, but I'm like 3 hours away. I'm like 3 hours away. Because what I could do, now this is what I also thought, I could stay in like, I got some friends up in Gary. Like I could stay with them and just kind of like drive over, right? I don't have to stay like right in Chicago. I could just stay outside. But yeah, I definitely want to. I definitely want to go. It'll be pretty historic. Historic though. I still say Trump walks. I think he walks. Mark it down. I think he walks. Um, Now this person I've never seen, Jerry Judy. You are welcome from Arizona. Well, Jerry Judy, welcome. Subscribe to the channel so that you can be a part of our update. Continue to drop your comments. everybody, I want to thank you all for tuning in. I literally thought, oh, I'm going to be out here by myself today. I'm just going to be out here and nobody's going to watch. And you always come through for me. Um, so I want to thank everybody. Again, my goal is to start up the Tuesday and Thursday shows again because I miss doing them, but I've been busy with campaign stuff. But I am going to try to get that uh um started again, but we'll see what happens with that. And Parker, you got the last comment. Oh, that would be a good idea. Parking alone in Chicago is a mess regularly, but the convention would make it even worse and more hectic. Yeah, we know. Be careful in the skipper. Wait a minute. Hold on. Be careful. The skipper and Gilligan went for a 3-hour tour, and you know what happened to them? They was on the water. Okay, so they was on the water. I'm gonna be. This only thing that's cautioned me. I'm not good at driving long distances, so I may Greyhound it because I'm not good at driving. I'm not. I can drive like an hour, maybe like an hour, maybe I could do, but 2 and 3 hours. Mm-mm. If I was crazy though, I could fly on southeast or southwest for like $59 round and then make it like $101 round trip and just fly straight to Chicago. But I'll work on that because I really do. I want to interview like protesters. I don't have anything to do with them crazy folk on the inside. I want to interview people like in the protest. Like that's who I want to talk to. But in conclusion, because in conclusions, in conclude. Oh, now I'm always take care of myself. Always take care of myself. But again, it may not work out. But that's what my goal is because that would be like the convention being here, which the Democrats will never have a convention in Indianapolis. It won't happen because this is Republicanville. Um, that's what my goal is. But I'll figure. I got a whole month, more than a month to figure it out. So remember, everybody, to like this video, share this video, subscribe to the channel, share this video, share this video, share this video, share it on share it on YouTube, share it on Facebook, email it to your friends, put it on Twitter, do whatever you gotta do to share it, subscribe, like this video. Thank you. And Parker, I'm not going to put up your last comment when Joe Donnelly is the Democratic presidential nominee. They will. Worst Democratic senator ever. Oh my gosh. That's a whole nother show. You guys, I will see you when I see you. Bye-bye and have a good evening.